Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to another edition of the Career Goals Club. The Career Goals Club is the sister company of the HR Boss. What we do here is we empower women on a free platform where we have experts from all over the Caribbean to empower other Caribbean women. Now, today is no different. We're talking time management and systems, and who not best to talk time management with but Miss Danice Hinds. So I'm going to read her bio and give a couple of you a chance to come onto the platform. Here's her bio. So Danice is an entrepreneur, an investor, and a philanthropist. She is a cosmetologist, and she has experience of over 6 years. And she started off her own business, Project Here to Soul. We'll put a link to her bio, a link to her Instagram page in the bio. She is a registered sister locks technician and a natural hairstylist. As you may have recognized, at a very young age, Danice has not even reached 30 yet. Miss Hinds always had an entrepreneurial spirit. She has a niche, which is a natural hairstylist. She's became a natural hairstylist by profession, and she is a business owner. However, she found a new passion, which is connecting with young people. So this encouraged her to foster and develop her own philanthropic efforts, which is Project Here to Soul Girls Club, which is an awesome initiatives that helps young girls to listen, express, create, and develop themselves via mentors from various backgrounds. Now, this club is based in Barbados, so if you're joining us from other places in the Caribbean, unfortunately, you can't have access to the club right now, but I am sure in the future, Danice will be taking this all across the Caribbean. Not only is Danice a natural hairstylist, a philanthropist starting her own girls club. Actually, she was awarded for having this girls club. Danice is also an investor. So if you've heard about Forex, empowering people to make money from their phones, that's all what Danice is about. And if you know anything about Forex, it's all about teaching, mentoring, and coaching people. And it involves a lot of time because everybody may not grasp at the same level. People may have a lot of misconceptions about what the Forex market is. So that is what Danice spends the bulk of her time doing. Now, initially, I was very impressed with Danice because she posts on Instagram a lot. I'm going to throw up her Instagram handles. So you can follow her here, _Danice_ on Instagram. And you can also follow her page at Project Here to Soul if you are based in Barbados, right? So I was following Danice and I realized Danice has a million planners, a million journals, and system. She has a little iPad that she keeps all of her hair appointments. And this is just what she shows us on Instagram. This is what just the snippets that she chooses to show us. Now, it's only obvious if you have 3 efforts running that you have to be an organized person, or you will drop the ball on some efforts. Okay, so somebody's saying good hi. So you're gonna drop the ball. So for me personally, I run 3 companies right now. So we have the HR Boss and the Career Goals Club, which you guys know, and I also run a decor company called Island Living Decor. Dropping the ball left, right, and center in June because I had a health problem. I had to undergo a procedure, so I haven't fully recovered. So I thought, since I'm going through my own problems with time management, why not have somebody on here who has systems implemented to teach us as boss women in the Caribbean how to manage our time properly. So join me this evening and welcome Miss Danice Hinds.
Hello. Hi, Miss Gina.
Hello, welcome.
Thank you, Miss HR Boss herself. It is absolutely an honor to be on the Career Goals Club Live this evening. I have been watching you for going into well over 2 years now. I've been following you on social media, and it was so exciting when you have reached out and said, you know what, let's talk about scheduling to your community here with the Career Goals Club. And it was like, yes. I didn't even get all the details as yet, but it was like, absolutely yes, I'm going to come on. So publicly, you are doing an amazing job, not just in Barbados, but across the region. You were in the US just a few months ago representing Barbados. I follow you. I see you. Huge congratulations to you, and thank you for having me this evening. A good evening to all of our listeners. As Jamila would have said, my name is Danice. 25 years old, natural hairstylist by profession, and an investor in the foreign exchange market for the last 2.5 years. September will be 3 years now. I have been investing and not just investing, helping individuals understand the investment arena, understand what to invest in and why this particular market. So that has been one of my heartbeats for one of the last for the last 2.5 years. And my like absolute pride and joy is my nonprofit organization, the project here, the Soul Girls Club, as Jamila would have said. I started that in 2018, and to date, we have 75 young girls between the ages of 11 to 13, a part of the Girls Club now, and it offers mentorship on every single thing outside of academics, right? So we don't do math, English, nothing like that. It's bullying, conflict resolution, self-esteem, etiquette. Um, Topics that I felt were needed for more girls when I was 11 years old. I had my mom, I had cousins, my dad that I can reach out to and ask questions, and I had influence and from other places. But around me, I realized that a lot of young girls did not have that. So I took the responsibility personally to facilitate that space for young girls, and it warms my heart every time we welcome a new batch of girls, and then some of them want to come back to a new club, and it's a lot of fun. It is a lot of fun. Jamila also mentioned that the club got awarded. I am Me personally, I'm a youth hero in Barbados, but the club itself that got awarded. And why I say the club and not me, because the vision was mine, but the efforts and the bringing together of that vision was a team of individuals. My mom is at the helm of that. Of course, everybody needs their mommy. It doesn't matter the age you're at, everybody needs their mommy. But yeah, my team is amazing for the girls club. So yes, I do a lot. So talking about time management and this topic this evening, that's why we are all here to hear about time management. I like to call it activity management, but time management as we all know it. So that's what we're going to be talking about for the next half an hour. It's not going to be a long session, but it is going to be a very detailed session. Now, how I usually do all my sessions is that they're very interactive, very interactive, right? So make sure that you have if somebody types, I can see it. It's delayed. So I want to make sure that everybody knows where the chat box is, right? So I'm gonna say good evening. Oh, the live comments are there. Oh, guys, I'm not technologically savvy, so I'm seeing the live comments. So I want everybody to put good evening. So I am sure you are hearing me. I am on Instagram live as well because a lot of individuals did not get the link in time. So put a good evening in the chat here. Put a good evening in the chat here. Want to make sure good. You guys are hearing me. Perfect. So good. Now that I know that you're hearing me, let's have a conversation, right? Because the way that I learn best is through conversation. Now, when we talk about time management, and as I mentioned before, I like to call it activity management because we do activities, so we have to manage them well. And this is the career goals. This is Career Goals Club, right? We are in a space where we are career oriented individuals, and everybody has body type goals, relationship goals, all these different goals. So of course you want a career goal, a career that you can fall in love with, right? And I have been privileged to fall in love with the careers that I do have. But we have to manage them well. We have to manage our activities well. If not, as Jamila said, we're going to drop the ball on something. So I had to create a bunch of systems, structure. My middle name is not really. My middle name is Danielle, but my middle name is structure. I am big on structure every single Sunday, and that's going to go into one of my points. I have it written down. If not, we will talk the entire night. So I just wanted to keep it tight this evening, right? But every single Sunday, one time a week, I sit down and I spend about 4 to 5 hours just really planning and looking and reevaluating and making sure that, what's about to happen for the week gets executed well. Now, that's not to say that when you plan, everything goes according to plan, right? So don't misunderstand anything that I said this evening. When you plan, everything will not go according to plan, but you still must have a plan. It is important that you do. You must have a blueprint for your week. There's no building, there's no structure that you will ever drive past that did not have a blueprint on paper before it went up in the sky. And that's because if for some reason that whoever was the contractor for that building or the whatever you're looking at, everything had a blueprint. If the person that started that initiative, for some reason they can't complete it because there is a blueprint, somebody else can take it up and run with it. Or because there is a blueprint for your week, if something throws you off course, you have something that you can take up and say, okay, this is where I left off, so let me continue at this point. So having structure is key. It is vital. It is imperative. It is every single thing to me. So that's why she would have seen on my social media, I would do like little snaps saying, this is my journal, on my iPad. I have notes on my phone. Like I have a lot of different systems. So everything that I say this evening, you can pick from different parts of it, but just make sure you implement a system by the end of this life, because that's what's gonna give you peace, right? And it just comes down to peace. So here's the thing: if you have a book and a pen, put ready in the chat. Let's see who I'm talking to. Put a ready in the chat. Put a ready on IG Live. If you have a book and a pen, put ready. Let's see. Because I'm going to give you 4 tips. Just 4, right? 4 tips that you can implement so you can create your airtight structure. Okay, good. I see the readies coming through. Perfect. I see the writing's coming through. So the first thing that I want everybody to do, and this is going to sound funny, right? But the first thing that I want everybody to do at the top of their paper is write today's date. Write today's date. Because what's going to happen is that we're going to look back at these notes. You might find this book lying around your house or this paper lying around your house in 5 years. And at the end of 5 years, something is going to happen. You're either going to be a hot mess because we did not have structure, or you're going to be a awesome person who just executed whatever you wrote down on this piece of paper. And you want to look back and say, you know what? On the 12th of July, I was on the Career Goals Club. And I got some tips that I can implement, and I implemented them, and I ran with this system, and now look, it paid off. So after today's date, right, we're gonna go through 4 tips that you can have airtight structure. Now, the first thing that is important to note is that success is by design. Your success is not going to be haphazard. We're talking about careers here. It doesn't matter the career. I don't know all the careers on this call, but it is by design. You have to sit down and design it. You have to sit down and be intentional about what you are going to do. Right? Let me just. Okay, perfect. So everybody here, before we even get into structures and all of that, because you want to set a structure that is going to allow you to get to a certain goal. Because we're not just doing activities, doing this, doing the next, we're not just doing things. When we do this, it has to allow us to reach a certain goal. So what is your goal? When you go into your career, of course, your career should bring fulfillment to you, right? It's going to bring fulfillment. But of course, we're going to have income goals. We're going to have targets that we have to smash at the end of the month, at the end of 90 days, 30 days. We're going to have goals. So even before we get into these 4 tips, what is your goal? What is your goal for your career? What do you want to get out of it at the end of the day, right? What's your income goal? Maybe you are at a certain level in your career now, you want to get to the next level. A structure or planning or journaling, that's what's going to get you there, right? I have a training called Turning My Calendar into a Calculator. And we are going to encompass all of that this evening, because my calendar is my calculator. Because when I look at the structures that I put in place, when I do these 4 tips, it should allow me to get to my goal at the end of the month. Right? And if we are not intentional about setting a schedule, if we are not intentional about success, we're going to unintentionally fail. It's just going to happen. And you're not going to know what happened. How did I get here? Why am I not at the level that I want to be? Because you were not intentional about setting up your success. All right? So let's get into it. Let's get into it, because the minute that you follow this structure, you're going to see your income go to another level. You're going to see your goals start smashing here. It's going to be amazing. So the first thing that I want everybody to do is write down, I have to choose a day to plan. I have to choose a day to plan. And you're not going to be planning every single day. You don't have time to be planning every single day. You have time to be executing every single day, but not planning every single day. So the first thing that you want to do is choose a day. What's your day? My day is Sundays, right? My day is Sundays. I wake up super early. On some Sundays I lay late, but I wake up super early, and from, let's say, from 6:30 or 7, I am planning my week. Why? Because on Sundays, I need to secure my appointments. I'm a hairstylist. I need to secure my appointments. So if you're self-employed on this line, you need to be securing your income. No longer are we going to be sitting and waiting for business to come to us. Or we're not going to wait until somebody says, oh, I can't come 2 minutes or 5 minutes before the appointment is due. Let's talk straight here. Miss HR Boss herself said that this is an open space and we have conversations. So we are not waiting for people to dictate our monies to us, right? My clients know if your appointment is on Saturday next week, today you got a reminder today that your appointment is next week Saturday. Why? Of course, I love talking to my clients, but I have to make sure that you're not going to tell me Friday night that you can't come Saturday morning when I could have figured that out today and fill that spot today and know how much money I'm going to make at the end of the week, how much space I have at the end of the week. And you know, sometimes people say, I don't have a lot of time. You do. The reason why you're saying that you don't have a lot of time is because you never put your life on paper. The minute that you put your life on paper, you're going to see that you do have time. So if I leave my calendar as it is and I don't go back and reconfirm what I put in that calendar, and then at the end of the week, you know, people are canceling here, canceling there, I could have done something else in that space. I could have read a book that's going to help me get to my next income level. I could have taken a course on Wednesday evening, but because I did not know that that person was going to cancel, that person forgot the appointment, something happened that could have been confirmed on at the beginning of the week, you know, wasted a whole bunch of time. Shout out to New York and Guyana. Hey, club members. I'm a part of the club now, so thank you for having me. But yeah, you want to choose a day, one day. The rest of the week is for execution, right? But you want to choose a day for planning, right? So everybody has that? Yeah, somebody said being disorganized is wasting time and wasting money. And we're not in the business of wasting time or money, because both of them are important to me. So choose a day to plan, right? Now, once you have chosen that day to plan, so let's bring it personal. Jamila mentioned my iPad and my book and all that. Guys, I make sure my stuff is very pretty. But let me show you. She mentioned it. I said, you know what, let me go and get it so I can show you guys what I actually put up on social media. So the first thing, I'm a hairstylist first, right? So if you are a mom first, if you are a chef first, whatever you are predominantly, whatever you do day in and day out, whatever is your main income earner, get that down on paper first, right? So because I'm a hairstylist, so this is what this week is going to look like. So I'm not guessing what is going to happen this week. I know what's going to happen. Now, is it possible that somebody here can get sick or something? Of course. But I would have done everything in my power to make sure that I know exactly what is going to happen in Project Here to Soul for the next 7 days, right? So I know what's going to happen there. So because I know what is going to happen in Project Here to Soul for the next 7 days, I can go now and go to my journal and I can create some structure here, right? So I already know what is my free time from Project Here to Soul, right? I'm not waiting for anybody to dictate my life for me. I'm controlling what I can control. So I know what's going to happen at Project Here to Soul. So now, because I am an investor as well, and I'm not an investor part-time, I'm not a mentor part-time. Everything that I do is full-time. It is a lifestyle. I do not compartmentalize my life. Every single thing is my lifestyle. So Project Here to Soul goes down on my iPad. And if you don't have an iPad and all that, don't start to get, oh my gosh, I don't have an iPad. Everybody has calendars on their phones. You can get calendars and put up on your fridge. You can buy a book. You can go to Pages and shameless plug. You can go to a stationery store and buy a calendar and you start to create your systems, right? So the first point is you're going to choose a day. Now, what's going to happen is because I chose today to go through the entire week, and now I can say, okay, I can have a meeting here because I knew what my week was going to look like last week. I was quick to say yes to doing this presentation tonight because I knew what my Sunday looks like, right? I didn't say, oh my gosh, I double booked a call or I had another meeting. No, I was very peaceful, very calm, it was very thought out what I was about to do at 6 p.m. today, July 12th. I knew what was going to happen. I know that I have a presentation at 8 p.m. tonight. I knew that I had to speak to somebody at 1:30 today because my calendar, my time, I'm managing my activities well. And then once we can do that, we turn our calendars into calculators, right? So once you choose that day, here's what you're going to do every night. You're not planning.
So before you go on, Danice, like how long does it take you on Sunday to start your plan or to plan out your work?
It depends because sometimes it can take me like 4 hours only because, and this is we letting the cat out of the bag like early in the call. We are dealing with humans. Whatever your career is wrapped up into human beings. So you can't be so rigid in your planning and forget that you are waiting or depending or working with other human beings. So sometimes it takes long because of that particular element, but because I'm followed, what I can control is like an hour or 2 hours. Okay. Anything else that is waiting on this, waiting on that, waiting for this body to confirm, etc., that's what stretches it out. But what I can control, these 4 tips that I do every single week, then that's like 2 hours, 3 hours max, right? Sometimes I end up scrolling through Instagram, wasting more time, but we're human beings. It's life, right? So don't be too hard on yourself when you're planning. So once you've planned your entire week, that 1 day a week, I choose Sundays, you can choose your particular day. Every night, what we are going to do is that we are just going to look at it. And here is the psychology behind that. If I look at my calendar before I go to sleep, and there is a difference between falling asleep and going to sleep. This is a time management call, so I'm going to keep it here. But there's a difference. If you fall asleep, it's just like, if you go to sleep, you know that even if you have not finished everything for the day, you are intentional about setting it for the next day. Even if I fall asleep, I get up and finish my day properly. And all of that helps with your peace, with your calmness, and making sure that you're doing everything as you should. Right? So every night I'm just gonna glance at it. We're not planning, we're just looking to see, okay, I didn't get this done. Let me put it to tomorrow. And everything that I'm saying is not gonna come overnight. This is a habit, right? It is easier to have habits than to follow instruction. What I'm giving you now are a set of instructions. It's just some instructions. But when you start to make it a habit, like right now, this is a habit in my life. So it's not like 1, 2, 3, 4. It's like do, all right? So when you're finished planning every night, just look at it. You're zen, go to sleep, next day, boom. So that's the first step. The first step is to choose a day to plan. And then every night, you're just going to look at it, make sure, okay, cool, I did this. I didn't get this due. Let me put it to tomorrow, blah, blah, blah. I can have another meeting. So good. So that's the first thing. The second thing is to prioritize. Prioritize your week. This still comes into time management, activity management, scheduling. Prioritize your week. Now, it was very interesting to me because I was a planner, but what would happen is that I used to focus more on action and not production. What do I mean? You don't want to have a lot of activity and not productivity. What do I mean? You can be doing so many things and you're not executing your goals. It's like you're just doing a lot. I'm so tired, but you do anything really for the day? No,
I feel like
because
my color.
yeah, like I mean, I listen. When I realized that somebody was grabbing my color too, it was like you doing so much, but you ain't doing nothing. So make sure that you are prioritizing, right? This is production and not just action. And I want everybody to put in the chat GPA. GPA. This is not GPA that you put in your navigation system. Your GPA, these are goal producing activities. Goal producing activities. What does that mean? Of course, you had your goal at the beginning of everybody was supposed to put their goal at. You know what your income goal is, whatever your goal is. Now, what are your goal producing activities? Does goal producing activities include Netflix? And does that include doing whatever, whenever, not being structured, doing what I want to do, no. Goal producing activities. If I know that I have to produce a report on the financials for the last 6 months, my goal producing activities will be to check in with the shares, do this, do that, to make sure that when I produce this result or when I produce this presentation at the end, everything that I was doing in that time, it was conducive to the goal. So the second thing is prioritize. So yes, what I want you to do though is when you are prioritizing, don't prioritize first. Write down all your activities. What do I have to do? What do I usually do? Write down every single thing and then prioritize what is most important because we want production and not just action, right? Production is going to get us to our goal. Right? Production is going to get us to our goal.
Okay, Danice, I think you have a question here from Winston Jonathan. He's out of New York. How do you track productivity, Ms. Hinds?
Okay, so that's why I said tracking my production is to know all the activities one time. So first of all, it starts with my goal. So my income, I have an income goal. So right now, my income goal is to raise my income by $5,000 US by the end of this month. So so that's the income goal. By the end of July, I want to raise my income by $5,000 US. That's the goal. how do I track productivity? Now I need to ascertain, I need to know what are the activities that I need to be involved in that is going to get me to this income increase. Right, so I know that I need to mentor more people. I need to have more services. I have to make sure my days are tight. I'm not wasting any time during the day. I am having these meetings that will lead to new business partners. So all of these are activities. I need to do more presentation. I need to do all of these activities. And then once I know these activities and I prioritize, then I know that I don't have time to waste talking to somebody that is not going to help me with my goal. So that's how I track my production. I know what the goal is. I set all my activities in line, and then I choose what's going to come first, second, third, etc. And that's how I know that I am productive. When I do it, I take it off. And once I do that, I know that I am having a productive day. So that's how I track productivity. Oh, I just saw the question came up. I hope that answered your question, Winston.
It does. We have another question here.
Sure. I'm loving the questions.
Do you get your journals from Barbados?
No. I don't, unfortunately. I'm sure that Barbados has some really cool ones, but mine that I have now, I got this from Walmart in Dallas. Yeah, so this is for the entire year.
Maybe if you show them the brand, maybe they can order on Amazon.
Yeah, sure. The brand, I don't know if it has on the brand though. Oh, okay.
The Happy Planner. Okay, I know those are on Amazon.
Yeah. So the Happy Planner. So what I like about it is that at the beginning of the month, it has like the actual calendar view, right? So I have my income goal, all that. And then it gives you a weekly view. So then every week I can put what's happening in the day. So that's what I like about this one. And then I use my iPad.
Okay, so Kirk Seal is saying, I literally went to 4 stationery stores in Barbados in the last 4 days and everybody's apparently sold out. Yes, Kirk, but I think you can still get it online.
Yeah, the Happy Planner. That's the name of it.
Okay, Winston Jonathan is saying that you answered his question. Awesome.
Good.
Comment here from Zaria. Good job. Thank you for this. She did a video on this earlier, but I'm happy that this is happening now. Okay, awesome.
Yes, because to really break this down had to be in a session like this.
Yes.
To talk on the phone will be too much.
Correct. Go ahead.
We have just two more, and we are gonna be out of here. So the first 2, who's listening? Let me know what's the first 2. We gotta choose a day to plan, and every night we're just gonna check, right? The whole week is for execution, 1 day is for planning. Every night we're just checking. My dad calls it having a mental equivalent. All right, so every night we're gonna have a mental equivalent. And here's the thing: if you really want to get your income or your life to another level, you are going to have to. You're going to need an insane work ethic. Guys, Jamila said this is an open space. Don't let nobody fool you. If you see people having a lot and having like tremendous income leaps and all of that, they put in the work. They had a lot going on. They had to have a tremendous work ethic. Now, to have a tremendous work ethic without planning is going to be a disaster. Right? Remember, I said you're gonna unintentionally fail if you don't be intentional about scheduling. Right? So the first one is to choose a day. The second one is to prioritize your goal producing activities. And then we are at the third one. Now the third one is some people say, I know what I have to do today. Now let's just start with the easiest one first and build up momentum. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. When you wake up, whatever is your biggest task for the day, Do that first. That's when you have all the energy. That's when your brain is sticking, your creative juices are running. That's when all of that is happening. So do that first. Shout outs to Jamaica, right? So there is a saying that everybody knows this. Don't put off what you can do today. Don't put off what you can do now. So again, I as a hairstylist and as an investor in the foreign exchange market, because investing can take some time, I do that first. I literally do that first. That's my first activity for the day. So I wake up, say my prayers. I
Wait,
do
Danice, where's Danice? Details. So you wake up at around what time?
5:30.
5:30.
Yeah.
Okay. So for people that aren't morning people, how that go?
Here's the thing. I wasn't a morning person until I realized that I got some big goals. I need some big money. That I got things to do. So when I realized, this money is made at this kind of time in the day, I gotta wake up early. I can sleep late on Sundays. I can sleep late on another day, but for the most part, I am like, get up, get up, get up, girl. My goals have me waking up, especially when the girls' club is on. Like this, my goals have I wake up before my alarm clock. And the thing is, if your job, so like because people have shifts. Some people on the line work shift jobs.
Correct.
It is that your shift brings you in later. Like let's say you are shifting that. No, nobody expects you to be super productive at 8:30 in the morning because you're tired. You were just up the whole night doing your work. But here's the thing: when you come in, schedule your rest. Naturally, for us that are doing average working hours, our rest is going to be at nighttime. Fine. But if you are working shift and you come home, schedule your rest. But you do not want to be like in a sleep for all these like 8 hours. Some person said, guys, I am open to people not agreeing to what I'm about to say. I don't have time to sleep for 8 hours every single night. I got things to do. I got things to do. Like every 8 hours a night, every single night. Whoa, I must be on vacation. No, sorry, I don't got that time. So when you come home and you work a shift, yes, get some rest, 4 hours, 5 hours, and then get back up because you have goals to smash. And the thing is, if you do that extra, if you push that extra and wait back up to get your goals done, the minute that you get to smash your goals, then you can go take a vacation and relax and all of that. But in this time, this is not sleep time. This is get paid time. And to get paid, you got to do some work. So this is do some work time, right? So that's so my day looks like 5:30. I work out. I do HIIT workouts. I don't do 1 hour workouts. So I do 10-minute high intensity workouts 4 days a week. And then I start to trade from 6:30 a.m. all the way down to like 7:38 is when I can actively plug in. And then I start my salon from around 7:30. So listening to trading and live trading, but around 7:30, that's when I see my first client for the day, right? And even in booking appointments, before I became an investor, I did not have structure with my business. I would literally say to people, listen, I work at home, so if you want to come, come. And that was the worst thing ever because what made me stop doing that was when I ended up in FMH and the doctor said you have stress at 22 years old.
Whoa.
I didn't start scheduling my life because it was cute. Like FMH told me you have to schedule your life, right? It doesn't matter the age. Stress can take you out at any age.
Correct.
And the thing about it is, me scheduling it comes out to my peace of mind as well. If I feel like I don't have structure, I'm gonna have anxiety and all these different things that nobody wants. So, be intentional about. Somebody say 8 hours of sleep is unreal for successful people. Keisha, you got it. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time.
But Danice, I see a conversation here going on in the chat box with us. So Zari is asking, what happens if you're someone who is most productive at night, but you still want to sleep? For me, I wake up at 7 in the morning, so I am not the typical entrepreneur that is up at 5. I work. If you wake me up before 7, is a problem. So I function best in the afternoon to the nighttime period, but that's just my body. So
Right.
do you think the rhythm you have to establish, like what are your optimal performing hours?
Absolutely. So this is a brilliant question because people say all the time, I am looking for balance. I am looking for balance. There's no such thing. Don't do that. You're going to stress yourself out. As Jamila correctly said, you want a rhythm. You don't want a balance because balance says all things being equal. At what point is all things equal? Never. Who thought about Corona for 3 months shutting down your entire life? Nothing is ever equal in the world. Nobody knows when your head is about to hurt you. Nobody knows when you can walk and hit your toe on the door and you're broken for 2 weeks. Nothing is equal. So you want to have a rhythm. So if your rhythm is 7 to whatever hours, in those hours, be productive. Schedule those hours. Do not waste time. Like me personally, all of my friends know if you talk to me after 11 o'clock, it is a problem. I'm not gonna hear you. I ain't gonna look at you like this because my eyes shutting down. So I can't hear you. We got a problem after 11 o'clock. But at 5 o'clock, you can have a full conversation with me. So it is rhythm, right? It is 100%. The chats are moving quick. Okay. I see. I'm up to date now. So yes, so that's you're right. It is a rhythm that you have. Whatever your productive hours are, be productive. Schedule those hours properly. Remember, number 1 is to choose a day to do it. Check in every night. Number 2 is to prioritize. And then number 3 is to get your biggest task out of the way first on mornings or whatever is your beginning of your productive hours, get your biggest task out of the way first. So if I get my trading out of the way first on mornings, and then I do not have to look back at that for the rest of the day. I can spend my rest of my day with projects with the soul, and then I can spend my night times with my investors and mentoring and doing calls and whatever else somebody wants me to do in my free time. So yeah, we literally have one more. So before I go to the last one, any more questions?
Just mainly comments. They're talking to each other in chat box.
Guys, you're not talking that. Let me read you quick. I found my pocket sleep at 8 p.m. with my daughter. Okay, good. So so that's your rhythm. That's Kirk's rhythm. During the days, like my brain shuts down at night, my brain is running and I'm more productive. Erica L. Well, that's your rhythm. But in those times, you're gonna be productive. So here's the thing. If you are most active at night, when most of your friends are home chilling, you gotta tell them, no, listen, these are my productive hours. Check me tomorrow. Because these are my productive hours. Because the thing is, and the last thing that I want to share with you guys, I mentioned it earlier, is the human element of it. We still have to acknowledge obstacles in our planning. Acknowledging obstacles in our planning is so vital. If not, you're just gonna set plans and they're gonna fail all the time. And you know what is the biggest obstacle? People. And the biggest obstacle is yourself.
Correct.
You're your biggest obstacle. So we're gonna go more into that. You made a point earlier with regards to GPA and just activities for persons whose day-to-day are priority work highly depends on input from others. How do we manage?
Yeah.
So let me make sure you understand that question. If your production is based on people that are not as productive as you are.
So Shakira is a property manager. So most of her output would depend on vendors, meeting timelines, people delivering things online on time. So I guess that's the perspective that she's coming from.
Okay, fine. Now here's the thing. Here's the thing with that. This answer is not an overnight fix. But here's the thing, because with investing, it's just me and my computer. It's just me and my laptop. With investors, when I'm dealing with investors, some people reply here, there, everywhere. But I realize that when I tell them these are my expectations from you, unless we work in a time zones, then that is nothing that you can control. But if
Okay.
all of us on the same time zone and you just think you're gonna reply when you can and you don't see me as a priority, then we have a problem. So when it comes to vendors and that kind of and individuals that you are depending on so you can get your job done, you're gonna have to be very open with these individuals. Will it happen overnight? Absolutely not. But if I know that I am doing financials for the year and I'm waiting for my department to bring information to me, and they're coming when they're absolutely not. You're gonna set deadlines for them because you have deadlines for you. So from the beginning of the entire project, when you are setting your schedule, remember obstacles. So an obstacle for you, Shakira, would be waiting on other people to get their tasks done. So when you're setting up your project or your what do you call it, a task manager, when you are setting that up, you have to give them earlier deadlines, and you are in authority here because you're waiting for them. This has to be done at this time to this particular standard, right? And it does not matter. Don't worry about people saying, "Oh, she bossy," "Oh, she just." Your goals does not, nobody when you see your goal at the end of the month, bossy, whatever comment somebody has to say has nothing to do with my goals at the end of the month. I am not rude, I am not condescending, I am not disrespectful, I am just assertive, and I'm making sure that you understand that there are deadlines to be met. So when it comes to depending on other people, get it done. So you make sure that you are, what you can control is the deadlines that you give them. And if you think that they're gonna be late on those deadlines, then bring up the deadlines higher. So you learned your lesson from the last few projects. These next projects that are coming up, set some deadlines higher. So even if they fall later, you are still on target because you can control that. All right. So that's how I would answer that question. You can control the deadlines you set for them. And the expectation, because once I tell you, listen, these are the expectations when you're working with me. Everybody's not going to fall in line, but for the most part, they will. They will. Quality people. Yeah, good. Okay, so let's go on to the last one. So the last tip for scheduling your life is to have context-based lists. You're welcome, Shakira. Guys, even before I say that, I know, so for me personally, my biggest fear before I got this mindset was, people are gonna say, "Oh, she's so bossy," or "She's so this," or ignore that. Ain't no comment that nobody makes will help you attain your goal unless they're putting a review on your website. That's the comments that you care about. Other than that, whatever. Let's keep it moving. This is an open space. We're real here. Let's keep it moving. So the last thing is a context-based list. Now, what is a context-based list? All that is that as a hairstylist, I have a schedule. As a trader, I have a schedule. When my club is in session, I know that these Saturdays I have to do this. So it's just a fancy term for scheduling different areas of your life, and then it just creates one big nice picture. So all I did, me personally, this is my context. The context is your stylist. I plan this, right? The next context is investing. I'm not just an investor. I help individuals. I mentor individuals in that arena. So in that context is investing. So I have this. And then when my girls club is in session, then I have another notebook for that. So that's all it is, context-based list. So once, if you have multiple streams of income, HR boss herself is brilliant at that. Multiple streams, multiple activities, just have time to spend with all of them. That's why sometimes my one day planning can take a lot of time until you start to master it. But um, master each section, and then you're gonna make it a holistic picture. And I know a lot of some in well, not a lot, I don't know who's on the line, but individuals on the line have children. I don't have children as yet. So somebody may be saying, but she don't know. I got children and I got babies. Now this brings me into my last point. So number context based. The context based was the last of that was the 4 out of 4 in how we plan. But this point that I'm about to bring about is important. You have children, you have to manage your home, you have a husband, you have a wife, you have partners. Human resources are important.
Oh yes. Oh yes.
Human resources is key. It is so important. And you can't get that from anybody better than the person right here on your left. Well, my left. Not sure how you guys see it. But that's her niche. That's where she is the strongest. But your human resource is so important. And some people think that they are an island and that's why they get stressed. And that's why they crash and that's why they burn because they do not understand the power of the human resource. And it doesn't matter your goal or whatever you need, human beings. So start to be open with working with people. Stop saying, I don't like people. Do you know how many blessings you are blocking because you do not want to work with people? Like, I don't say you have to be everybody's best friend. That's not what I'm saying. You don't have to go out and lime and sleep over. You don't have to do that. But you have to work with people, and that's how you're gonna get your goal. So whatever child care looks like for you, then work with people. Granny, I don't know, whoever you have in your corner, work with people. I want to increase my income by $5,000 in the next 30 days. I am not an island. Trading alone will not do that for me because it's just me and my computer. I have to have clients. I have to have this. I have to do I need the human resource. Right? So the last thing that I'm gonna say, I want everybody to write how and why. Put how and why in the chat. How and why. How and why. How and why. Because when we are setting our schedules, how and why is key, right? How and why is key. Now, here's the thing. What I'm about to say, I don't think everybody's expecting, but there's a big S word. There's a big S word that when I open my eyes on morning, that's the first thing that I start to think about. And how and why is how and why do I serve? Because that's what's going to help you get to your goal. That's what's going to keep you going. That's what's going to help you keep creating structure. How do I serve? And why do I serve? And when you are making your schedule, how do I serve people? How do I serve my spouse? How do I serve my children? And that's gonna make your week even easier because if you know how you're gonna do it, then you have a productive week. Why do I serve my spouse? Why do I serve my staff? Why do I serve my assistants? Because why I serve them is that if everybody is feeling as though I am serving them, then everybody will be happy. And guess what? If I help enough people get what they want, I will get what I want. Right? I will get what I want. So how and why do I serve? So everybody finish the sentence now. How and why do I serve? How do I serve more? Why do I serve more? And the only way that you are going to see true and ultimate success is through serving, through service. And you will never think that all of that goes into my scheduling on a Sunday because they're probably just going to show you a boomerang that the week is finished or something. But all
Correct.
that goes into how do I serve, why do I serve. My success is by design. All of that goes into it. And then if you have that mindset, how and why do I serve, everybody's gonna cooperate. Well, not everybody's not gonna cooperate. For the most part, it's gonna be easy, right? And then you get to your goal. So that's it. And that's how I plan my week. That's how I manage my time, manage my activities. So I hope you guys got some value from what I said this evening and you can implement because we don't just want to leave this live and go about doing whatever. You want to implement what you heard. Jamila, this is going to be saved.
Yes, it's going to be saved. It's all of our lives are saved on our YouTube channel. So even if this is your first session, we do this by monthly. So we'll have one in another 2 weeks with people from all over the world. So they're saved on our YouTube channel so you can access all of the resources.
Perfect. So yes, so that's it from me. I'm open to questions. I am still here.
So I have a couple of questions, Danice.
Sure. Let me just end this live on Instagram. You guys got value, and I'm posting this on the page. Let's end it here. And now share to IGTV. I'm gonna need your picture. How and why do I serve? Yes, okay, I'm listening to your questions.
All right. So we have a couple questions in the chat and then it will kind of steer. Okay, so Rhea Straker is saying, how do you manage when you have your down moments? So we all have down moments. How do you manage, Danice?
Environment. One word. Environment is key. Because if I have a down moment, okay, I just wanted to choose this picture. Okay, next. Good. If I have, sorry guys, this Instagram is changing up every single day. Do I serve? Okay, if I have a down moment and I don't have the correct environment, I'm gonna stay down. So if I know that I have a core set of people that when I say, you know what, I don't feel like it. You don't just want, here's what you don't want. You don't want people that are gonna allow you to stay down. And you don't want people that are gonna, when you're gonna say, I am down, you don't want people to say, snap out of it, snap out of it. You don't want that. You want a combination. Here's what I mean. You want a tribe or a circle or an environment that is going to say, here's what. For the next few moments, stay in this feeling. Understand why you are down. So if you can acknowledge at this moment why you are down, it is easier to get around that the next time. So if you are down because somebody else succeeded and you ain't succeeding, you didn't hit your target, and you don't acknowledge that is where you are down, it will get you down another time. So your environment has to allow you to say, okay, why are you down? There's this rule that you got 5 minutes to vent. I am not a crier, but if you want to cry, you can call me. But listen, sweet girl, we're crying for 5 minutes. Listen, bro, we're crying for 5 minutes and then we're finding solutions. But still allow yourself to feel real and then solution next. Right? So yeah, that's how I manage.
I ain't nobody not crying thing. I just one of them people that's crying in the car.
I don't know. I guess it's just how I was raised or something. Like
but it's okay to cry.
It is. That's the thing. It is so okay to cry. So that's why I tell people, go cry. Like, call me. You can cry with me. I'm not gonna cry with you. Like, I ain't got that many tears, but I want you to cry because that's a language that God understands. So it must be a reason for crying. So He gave you tears. So stay in the feeling, understand why you feel that way, and then the next thing is solutions.com. I don't think
correct.
I don't think there's a site called solutions.com, but
So,
yeah.
so Zaria wants to know if you've always seen yourself where you are now.
Did I always see myself as a hairstylist, investor, philanthropist? No. Did I always see myself successful? Yes. Now I did not know the path that I would have ended up, because when I was 13 years old, I wrote down on my sheet of paper that I want to be a financial advisor. So my vision for my life was a pink striped suit, dress up real sweet, like Jamila, how Jamila is dressed up on Instagram. Like everyone fussy when I got events because I get to dress up how I saw myself at 13 years old. But then my journey took me down to hairstylist, not down to hairstylist. My journey led me to being a hairstylist. So then that's where my passion is at. And then through exposure, I got introduced to the foreign exchange market. So then now I trade. And now through more exposure, I get to mentor people. So now I am a mentor. So did I see myself doing what I am doing in this very moment? No, I didn't. But helping people and being successful and philanthropic efforts and that kind of stuff, yes. But in detail, no, no, not at all.
All right, before we move on, and people, because I know we've reached the 1 hour mark, but before people go, I want to shout out. I see my Guyana crew. We're so thankful for you, Barbados. Oh gosh, how we can forget to big up Big Bad Barbados. Small but mighty.
Put a 246 in the chat.
A small but mighty 246 in the chat for Barbados. Big up my Trini crew. How we can forget to big up the Trinis. So, regardless of what island you're from or country, drop which country you're representing in the box. I know that what people, Guyanese crews come from me swinging. So, I just want to shout out everybody who signed on. If you have any questions for Danice as we wrap up, please put the comments in the box. You can follow her on Instagram at _DANICE. I'm going to throw her handle up.
Yeah.
Follow her on Instagram. Also, if you are in Barbados and you're into natural hairstyling, everybody's going back to natural hairstyling, and she is a sister lock specialist. So follow her at Project Hair to Soul. So let's just not say, we supporting Danice and not putting our money where our mouth is, because I believe that you should pour into people that pour into you. So she's been giving us all of this valuable information. So how you can support Danice: 1, follow her pages on Instagram. Number 2, support her financially. Go to her salon if you can. If you don't have natural hair like me, nothing. It costs $0 to repost her posters. $0. Repost her posters, snap the live, share it, tag her so people can get more exposure to who she is, right? We got representation, so we got to shout out some people.
Good.
All right, so 592. I think 592 is Guyana. I ain't sure. Don't crucify me.
I ain't sure either.
I ain't sure it is. Grenada 473. Big up Grenada.
You got a Jamaican
76. You don't know that's my place. Oh gosh. Okay, so all these 246 big up on itself, and I know Winston and them crew is New York crew. So thank you.
I got a Grenada at where? Oh, 473
is Grenada. So
yeah.
big up all the people for signing on. We have a couple more questions. Nariba is saying, could you mention the 14th again? She missed it. Nariba, the replay will be up as well. So
I just want to jump quick. The first one is choose a day to plan. Right. The second one is prioritize. The third one is do your biggest task first. And the fourth one is context-based list. So just look at each activity and create a list for that. Plan each one and then make it a holistic picture. Somebody said, there's a comment, Jamila. How do you manage? I think Jamila's stuck. She's stuck. Am I stuck? How do you manage the variables you cannot control when you have set a plan with regards to your time management customer service sector. So remember I said that at the beginning, you can't control everything, and you will set a schedule and then something can go haywire. But remember, Natasha, the last thing that I said, how and why do I serve? So if you do all of this planning and all of that, and then some crazy person try to throw off your week, you do not have, break this down, Natasha, everybody here, you don't have bad days, you have bad moments. So if you are in customer service and you just had a bad moment, then what's going to happen is that you will deal with that moment, but do not forget how and where you serve. Because if you forget how and where you serve, that one bad moment, it will throw you off for the rest of the day, for the rest of the week. But if you have that bad moment and say, okay, fine, that's a bad moment, but how and where do I serve? Let's keep it going. Let me go back to my blueprint. Let me go back to my plan. This is easier said than done. This is a lot of willpower. A lot of willpower goes into that statement, but you have to remember how and why. If you don't remember how and why I serve, one person will throw you off. Yep.
So guys, we want to thank Danice for coming on today and sharing so willingly. We've gone over time, but the session has been very engaging. Not one time it was a board. Major takeaway from me is if you're not intentional about your success, you will unintentionally fail. Success is by design. She would have started the session by saying success is by design, and you have to be intentional about your success. So Danice has given us her blueprint pretty much. So we ain't got people playing Instagram to see what she's doing anymore or wonder what she's doing. We know the game plan. And like for me, I always say success leaves clues. You don't have to like reinvent the wheel. If somebody is giving you the blueprint, adapt it to your scenario and go with it. It is not uncustomary to see young people under 30 making 6 and 7 figures. The environment or the circle that you're rolling with probably aren't making 6 and 7 figures, but I was making 6 and 7 figures at 24. So you have to surround yourself with people like the Career Goals Club, people like Danice, who are literally telling you how to do it. They're telling you have to plan your work and work your plan. They're telling you that your success is by design, and they're telling you if you're not intentional about how you're going about achieving your goals, they just don't happen. So what are you gonna do? Are you going to sit on the sidelines? Are you gonna get up and get in the game? You can either be a bench warmer on the sidelines, or you can get up this week and get into the game. We have given you all the resources for free. So now is your opportunity now to get in the game and show us what you're made of. There's a piece of the pie for every single buddy. Every single buddy, there's a piece of the pie. So you just have to determine, how am I going to make the best use of my 24 hours? And how am I going to change the trajectory of my life from managing my time? So thank you very much, Danice. This has been a pleasure.
My pleasure.
So we can get up and get in the game this week, and I'm looking forward to snaps. So tag me.
Yes, tag HR boss. Oh, the tags are there. Yeah, the tags are there. I see it.
So our tag is at the bottom of the screen. So when you are planning this week, I can go and plan after this. Tag me. I want to see you getting up and getting your planners and getting your calendar, and let's just get this money. It's a new week. All right. So thank you very much for tuning in. Thanks, Danice. You have allowed God to use you to serve not only your community, but to serve my community. And I'm hoping that we can serve the world in the future together.
My pleasure. Absolutely. I am here for it.
Thank you very much, guys. I'm just making sure you miss nobody.
We didn't miss anybody. People just saying thanks right now.
Okay, so people just saying thanks. So bye, guys. We'll see you in 2 weeks.
Bye.